Today, I wanted to talk a little bit about the MPC Live 3, my thoughts on it, and I didn't buy it yet. I do want to get it actually, but it's kind of pricey. And I do have an MPC Live 2. I have a MPC Key 61. I have an MPC 1 Plus. So I have quite a few MPCs already, and I think it might be a good idea to just sell. I think I would just sell the MPC 1 Plus. Not saying there's anything wrong with it. It's just I don't need this many MPCs. Definitely, I think that upgrading to the MPC Live 3 is beneficial in the sense where if you want to have extra power and more capabilities within like features, for example, the step sequencer, the microphone, and then just like overall more buttons for accessing things quickly. I think just the power itself, like the RAM and the internal storage, is pretty good of it's a pretty insane upgrade because especially for myself, because I like to use these portable machines or just like these hardware music making machines as opposed to using a DAW, because I just like the tactile feel of creating stuff on it. It feels just more natural to me. I have been using FL Studio and MIDI controllers for years, and when I mean years, I mean like since like 2008, 9, and obviously using a computer is more powerful and whatnot, but these devices are becoming super, super powerful, and just the fact that it's just hyper focused on making music and it's meant just for making music makes it even like more unique and special in the sense where it's like you have no room for dilly dallying or messing around and trying to do other stuff. And without me getting too much off topic, I feel like the MPC Live 3 is a good upgrade in general and a good move. A lot of people seem to have not liked what it looks like initially, but I think it looks pretty cool. Like it does look a little bit cluttered, but I think it looks pretty decent. And I'm gonna wait for them to hopefully release the original MPC like gray color palette. I think that would be sweet, and I would definitely want to get that. It is an investment for sure. It's very because I'm Canadian, so it's kind of more pricey for me. And yeah, so I think it's a dope device, and I think the use case for this one is definitely more geared towards people that want that extra power and like have the capability of multi-recording instruments or vocals, having different takes, putting different effects on those takes. It really opens up the possibilities for making full tracks. Like I'm talking about like the same as a DAW, not like endless amounts of tracks, obviously, but still having like an increased amount of plugins that you can just put onto it, and an increase of audio tracks just opens up a whole world of possibilities where on the older devices right now you can't necessarily do that, but there are workarounds where you can just like export and then import what you have exported and stuff like that. But again, if you want the capabilities of like adjusting, let's say you have multiple plugins open and you want the ability to automate them or adjust them, well, on the new MPC Live 3, that opens up the possibility to do that. And I think that's really amazing, especially, let's say, uh, you're scoring like film music stuff or video game music stuff. You can still do that with the older MPCs, totally no problem at all. But if you want to have certain layers within your music, then I can definitely see the use case for this. Or even if you just want to make like super complicated tracks where it has different layers in it, and this just gives you a whole new world of opportunity to create that kind of styles of music where it's just like layered and on top of each other. Again, there's workarounds that you can still do in the older MPCs, and I think the older MPCs are still like very relevant and very cool. But definitely the new model that they came out with, just the fact of having an increase in RAM and an increase in power, just it looks like it makes it super easy and convenient to create anything without any like worry about the CPU or maxing out on the plugins or anything like that. I think this kind of will make a lot of people realize that Akai as a company does listen to their fan base or their customers, and it will make a lot of the. I mean, I guess it won't change a lot of people that are hating on Akai or hating on just like hardware companies in general. I think that's always just going to be the case, and that's honestly, I don't really care about that. That's on them and that's their choice. But I think a lot of people will have a swift change in mind, and they'll be like, yo, like this is actually pretty sick. And uh, it will change a lot of people's minds, I think. And already I can tell that it has. And I think that's a dope thing. And I think that they're not just releasing this. I'm pretty sure they'll release like other stuff, whether it's like a bigger MPC X style or maybe a keyboard style one. I'm pretty sure they'll do all that, but we'll see because like so far it's just the Live 3, and that's pretty amazing, I think. Again, I didn't buy it yet. Uh, I just feel like I don't really necessarily want it yet or need it right now, anyways. But definitely, I do uh, want to attain one eventually. But it's all good either way. I have enough NPCs and I can make quite a lot of good music with it. And it's just like a dope machine overall. Even the older models are, in my opinion, super capable, and they're still like DAWs in a box, in my opinion. Whether it comes to competition with other hardware companies that make similar products, I don't know if you can compare them to anything else because of the well, first of all, Akai's been in the game for so long that they're just like they're dedicated to this type of music making styles, and it's just like it's kind of like saying it's like a high end but reasonably priced model of buying like a car, for example, like just to like give an example. But again, everything that is hardware based in music production, I think there's a use case for everything, anyways. Some not as much as others, but that really just depends on the situation and what you're trying to do. When it comes to like limitations, for example, in making music, I do think that it's really good to have limitations, especially when you're trying to create a certain type of style. If you're using just, let's say, a SP404 Mark II, and I recently went on a trip. All I brought was the SP404 Mark II, a P6, and a J6. And I did use all of them, but definitely the SP404 Mark II is like a dope machine. And I'm not comparing it to any of the MPCs at all. I feel like there's no comparison. The MPCs just blow it out of the water in terms of just like its use case and convenience. But the SP404 Mark II is unique in the sense where it's like it gives you so many options to do things in so many ways, and has like not the most straightforward workflow in my opinion, but once you get a hang of it, there's not too many limitations, but it's still limited in a sense. Whereas the MPC is basically trying to give you no limitations. It's just like here, and like especially with the MPC Live 3 now, there's basically no limitations. It's just like it's there in my opinion, it's almost no different than having a laptop that's just dedicated for making music with. And I think that's a very unique and special thing because like when I owned a Deluge, I thought, yeah, this is it. This is all I'm going to use. And but um, now I'm realizing that like when I had that, yeah, it is a very powerful, unique, and special machine, and I still think that about that. But looking at it's different, you know. Like I can't compare to Deluge to MPC at the same time because like there is comparisons obviously, but it's a different machine. It's a different use case or workflow, and in that case, it's just like you got to use what works best for you, and that some people might say it might be an Electron box. Like I have a friend, he all he uses is Electron, and he's like an Electron uh, like fanboy. Shout outs to you, Cash. But yeah, it's just funny that there's so many options to making music, and it's dope to see that. But it's just funny how a lot of people that are complaining about all of these music making gear and saying, "Oh, this doesn't have this feature and this doesn't have that feature." It just makes me feel like it's funny how they're complaining about all this stuff, and yet the companies are creating something that has basically people will always make excuses, but it's they're basically giving no excuses for endless creativity. In my opinion, it's just like um, in my opinion, you could literally just make a whole album just with the MPC Live 3 and its microphone. If you really, really wanted to, you could. I did hear examples of guitar recordings on YouTube. I forget the guy's name, but he's dope. And I think that especially for making demos or yeah, for me, I don't really care. Like I can just like I can record, and I have recorded on my iPhone and use the microphone on the iPhone with headphones, and released like a rap track with that. And the beat was made on the iPhone. So with the MPC Live 3, 100% I think you can make complete songs with it just using the internal mic, and that's pretty much it. But the fact that it also has an XLR input, and you can just directly take a condenser mic and plug it into the XLR 48 Phantom Power, whatever. I think that's just like the next level. Like the Key 60 one has that as well. It has two. I think also the MPC Live 3 has two XLR inputs, and so does the Key 61. But it's just it's like Akai is just saying like, here you go. There's no limitations, basically, in my opinion. And like yeah, I can't wait to see, or I can't wait to actually try it out for myself, hopefully. But honestly, I'm still just happy with what I have. And gear acquisition syndrome, gas, is definitely a real thing. And these companies are, uh, they have to make a profit at the end of the day. So it's like, um, you don't need any of this stuff, but the reason to get it is because you love it. And I definitely love using this kind of stuff, or else I wouldn't bother uh, spending so much of my money on it. And I feel bad kind of saying that, but at the same time, it's like people buy other stuff that makes them happy. So I mean, like, why not? At the end of the day, it's your choice, it's your money. And I think I'm going to end it right here because it's kind of becoming a longer video. But I just want to say, like, if you did cop the new MPC Live 3, enjoy that shit. And that's dope. I definitely want to see if anyone has made like rap with the internal mic. I don't think it's probably the best mic, but I'm pretty sure it's still very usable. I remember when I had an OP1 and the mic was not bad. Like, I never recorded any like rap songs or like songs like that, but like just the fact that it had a microphone was a very special and unique thing. And yeah, if anyone has made any like songs with vocals using the internal mic, I would definitely like to hear that and see that. Other than that, thanks for watching. Peace out.